I did it.
Yeah.
All right. Oh my goodness. Time being 7 o'clock, I believe, I hope. Yes, 7 o'clock. We will bring the Board of Health meeting to commencement. Today is August 20th, and members present are Marty Golightly, Alex Haggerty, Chris Schultz, Terry Mays, Linda Dickey, and myself, Susan Emery. The first order of business on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance, and we said the last time that we would do it on a case by case. Does anybody want to make a motion to do the Pledge of Allegiance?
I make a motion.
It doesn't require a motion.
Okay.
Just do it.
Okay.
It's already on here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I guess that we'll just stand
I got a flag.
for the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you so
Well,
very much.
the one that
You
I
could just-
ordered for this room is on.
You could just
shit.
wheel it in from the other room.
Oh, I.
We have a flag in the other room, you can just wheel it in.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yes.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All righty. So, the next order of business is the Hazardous Waste Day on September 8th. Marty sent out a notification for the Hazardous Waste Day on September 8th. It is going to be held at 225 Central Street, which is the DPW area.
Yes.
It's some people call it the town barn, next to the Abington Police Station, in that area. I'm sure once you get down there, you'll see. Marty, have you got volunteers for that?
We don't volunteer for that. That is something that we staff ourselves.
Okay.
So the SSRC head, Claire Galkowski, will be there with me, and I put out to this for volunteers and this only, if anybody wants to come.
Okay.
If it's not a community-wide, it's just something that we provide for the community. So
Okay.
if you want to
Yeah,
come
we
and help
can.
out,
I can't on
Please
September
do.
8th.
I will be there,
but if not, it's not that big a deal. 9 to 1, don't get out of your cars, pull up, we verify that your actually address is in Abington. We take your stuff. When I say we, I mean like they, them, those.
The South Shore
people.
Recycling
Yeah,
Co-op
Yes.
people.
They recycle people, and then that's it.
All we do is direct traffic.
Yeah, so don't get out of your cars.
Now, Marty, you can reach out to the SAGE committee. They helped the last time that we did it. So if you need some volunteers to help direct traffic,
SAGE committee.
this is the Green Committee. You can check with,
Saving Abington with Green Energy.
you can check with Dory. She can let you know.
Okay.
I think I already expressed to you that I cannot volunteer on that Saturday. I already have work. So sorry about that. I did want to mention that this is a household hazardous waste collection day. This is not an e-waste day. We have these 2 flyers here, which you'll be seeing around town, and that are put out by the South Shore Recycling. And at the end of this, I think what I'll do is I'll put one of these flyers up to the camera so anybody watching this can see. But I don't want to interrupt what we're doing now.
Also on the website. There's one.
It is on the website. Awesome, awesome. I was going to ask you if you had a chance to do that. Great, thank you so much. That's so helpful for the residents, I think, to have it on the website. So that is that, and that is September 8th from 9 to 1. And does anybody have any questions about that, or anything else that they'd like to add? All right, so we'll move on. Did you have something to say?
No.
Okay, so we have kind of a thread going on here, and the next item on the agenda is the compost site, and I asked for this to be on the compost site. The compost site used to be open till the first Saturday in December. There was one year that it wasn't, and it was a big problem. I worked the compost site last year on that date, and my husband and I did it. This is enough time for me to have a Saturday off, although if anybody wants to help, I would greatly appreciate it, as Saturdays are a big day for my earnings. And, you know, and I just wanted to throw it out there now while we had a bunch of time. I did talk to Marty about it. He feels comfortable about it being, if it can be staffed. I think we'd do like we did last year and put a sign up down the compost site starting now, and what we said was weather permitting. So we have had snow at Halloween before, so if it snows, we can't open the compost site because, you know, you can't plow the compost site and we can't have people slipping and sliding. But I don't know if you remember last year how many people were so grateful.
Because the leaves fell late, and hopefully we won't have snow
Right.
by Halloween.
But we did have snow December 9th, which was the week after that. And I remember saying to myself, because last year it was December 2nd was that first Saturday. And I remember saying to myself and everybody, you know, it was like, geez, you know, sure, they got that compost site in, you know, right before the snow. So it does happen. So I just want the residents to know that we would do that. I'm willing to do the whole 5 hours myself. When you have to have a partner, you have to have somebody else. That's a safety issue if you twist your ankle or something. You know, you want somebody else there that can make a phone call, you know, or whatever needs to be done. That was rules of the compost site to follow. But I wanted to give you all, and Marty, I wanted to put it out to everybody in a comfortable manner so that, you know, if you can, you know, help out a little bit, this gives you a little bit of time. So I probably will ask for this to be on the agenda next time, just to see if anybody had some time to help out. So I don't expect anybody to have an answer about it right now, because it's something that you need to think about, but
What date is it?
It's December 1st, Saturday, December 1st. It would be open from 9 to 2.
So normally we're closed the weekend before that.
Well,
Yes.
The 24th.
Yes, we're
Yeah.
scheduled.
Well,
we're scheduled to close the last weekend of November. If you want to keep it
Okay.
open one extra weekend,
Yeah.
I mean, we can make that happen. But we
We
are
had over-
scheduled currently to close that last weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, November
Absolutely.
24th. That's
Thank
the
you.
scheduled.
yeah, it is. It says on the
Okay.
schedule that way. It used to be the first weekend in December, but then it changed to this. I don't know why or how, but I think you two remember that year that we did close it that last weekend in November. There were a lot of people that got caught unawares.
Wasn't that the year we had
Yep.
There's also a yard waste pickup the week of the
The
7th.
17th, yes.
So
Of December?
November,
November.
yes. That's on
I
that
think that's why
magnet.
we were going
that's
to
right,
close
that's right.
it when we were, because there was a additional yard waste pickup in November and 2 more weekends after that to keep the compost site. But if you want to keep it open.
Well,
knock those out.
it's not the kind of thing that you can look at your August sky and say, you know, oh
Okay.
yeah, we really need this, but you have to
Yeah.
prepare for it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
All right,
And
so
then just play it by ear.
all right, so the yard waste collection pickup this year will be in November, from the November 12th to November 16th.
Yes, that
Yes,
week.
that
And
week.
yeah, and so that's the hauler picks up your yard waste the same day that your regular trash and recycles are picked up. It's just an extra bonus that the hauler charges us for, but they allot us this service. So that is that, and I'll, like I said, just ask very briefly next time we have a meeting, which I think is September 4th, that, you know, if anybody can help out. But I'm willing to take it on. We did over 50 cars last time. It was very popular. And the weather does come play into it. So the next, so anybody else have any comments or thoughts on that at this time? No? Do you mind if I move on to the next agenda item? And that would be, okay, so it says recycling public service announcement discussion. So I handed out a couple of papers, and we have the Bay State textile bins. Now, these bins are at all the schools, even the schools that are closed. So there's 2 bins at the North School, I've seen bins at the Center School, and this grid here that I did, and after we're done with the meeting, right before we shut the camera off, I'll put this up to the camera too. So since the inception of this program, which started in 2012, the PTOs, not the schools, it's actually the students that get this money. They have shared over $16,000. It's 16,000. You know what? I didn't print myself out.
$16,308.75.
So on this grid, it shows you each school, how much they collected, how much they have received, and in what years that those funds were received from. So I just wanted the residents to know that when they put their textiles in the white Bay State bins, that's what happens. Money goes back into the PTOs, and it's to this tune. So it's an excellent
that's
program.
what this is at the end, though, Susan, because this says down the bottom 160,055 or 53,900.
Oh, I was mostly going by the totals up here.
I don't know what these numbers, because some of them are pretty large, so they couldn't be the year. They're 13,380. You know what I mean?
Well,
but they're under the years, so maybe that's the.
I think that's weight.
Yeah, because they do it by tonnage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I know it sounds kind of funny.
Because it's in the same.
Yeah, for every, I think it's for every ton they get $100. So the other page that I printed out for you guys is what textiles are. And these things, if you have a sneaker that the dog chewed up and you can't wear it anymore, that is a reusable textile for this program. And sneakers weigh some. I did also want to mention, not that this part here is really a Board of Health part, but they do also have a program where they give a very generous allotment to any schools that put together a skit or an ad and a YouTube ad for recycling and how to promote their the recycling and textile programs, which the Board of Health does like to promote recycling. So I thought that was kind of important too, and we usually just touch base on this subject matter like once a year, and with school starting to reopen, it kind of reminded me, and all of this other social recycling co-op things, it just kind of queued it up for me.
Can I ask you, Susan, speaking of the schools, have
Yes.
they replaced all their styrofoam yet? Because they're actually off of.
They should be. They should be. They haven't opened up yet. I did reach out and I asked some of the people that work in the school system, and they could really only answer what they did last June. So, but I think they still have styrofoam, whether they're going to be using it or not.
Well, they can't be because their deferment is over.
It is over.
It is over, so they have
it
to
dated for the
open
school year?
up.
June
No.
30th,
Yeah.
last June 30th, yeah.
So,
I'll ask him. I have a meeting with Peter Schaefer tomorrow.
okay, great.
Is are you gonna? Well, I guess I was gonna ask you if you, but that's all right. I'll
You can ask me after.
Yeah.
But the answer is yes.
Good. I just want to keep to the agenda. So
Is recycling, are we still in that? I
yes.
just wanted to ask a question. What happened to the books and videos? And
Books and videos are the Planet 8 yellow boxes right now.
where are they?
Right next to the,
There's one back here?
on the other side of the, the.
Are those 2 yellow bins that say books on the side? Yeah.
You know where the,
I thought
the
so.
sheds are
Yeah, yeah,
for the Mercury
Uh-huh,
on the left side, and the Bay State recycling ones are on the right side. If you're looking at them,
yeah.
eventually the Bay State textiles ones will go back towards where the
Okay,
where
so
they're kind
they're
of supposed
there?
to be. Yeah, they're there.
Thank you.
I thought that when
They're
I thought
there.
that.
In that parking
I'm
lot.
not leaving this parking lot till they find them tonight.
You can't miss them.
I
They're
came
big
looking
yellow-
for them and,
Big yellow ones.
I think that when they were doing all the
They changed it.
construction,
It
they
used to
had
be
to
white
move them
books
around.
on the
No, no.
front.
The-
So they're,
Hmm.
the ones for books and videos and things are the Planet Aid yellow ones. The
Okay.
Bay State textiles
Planet
are
Aid.
for the other. That's a different one.
Okay.
Excellent. And actually, that's a good thing while we're on that subject to let everybody know that we do have yellow bins for books and videos and stuff, and those are the yellow bins. So, while we're on that subject, thank you, Terry, for bringing that up. Does anybody have any other recycling questions or comments or concerns or anything that anybody would like to say? No? Okay. So the next item on the agenda is cannabis licensing. And I just thought that we should touch base on this a little bit. I have been able to watch some of the Massachusetts recreational meetings and the cannabis commissioner meetings. It seems to me that all of the licensings are going to establishments that have medical marijuana first. And it seems to me that that's the requirement. But I do feel that we should start thinking about this. I did talk to Marty about this last Thursday a little bit. He and I both agree that it seems like a lot of the licensing is happening down at Plymouth. If we were looking for some guidance or somebody to look into their regulations, I think Plymouth would be a great place to start because they have it seems like they have more than any other place close to us.
Yeah.
So if we were gonna, sometimes when we're doing something new, and especially for the first time, it's been a policy for us to see what other towns, when we did styrofoam, we saw what Cambridge was doing. So that would be something to start thinking about. I think we should start doing our own research and starting to talk about this. We in Abington are a ways off. There still are no requests for licensing unless things have changed since Thursday.
I've heard of or gotten no request for a recreational marijuana use facility in Abington.
And I think they'd have to. It seems to me that it's a requirement of the Cannabis Commission that they have to have sold medical marijuana first.
No, I don't think so.
I don't
No.
think that's true.
It seems like
no.
that's all
That's
the
not-
things that
no.
they're.
But Abington is zoned for medical anyway. I believe
Yes.
that's what
Yeah,
they told
it's,
us when
Yes,
they
it's on
had the
board.
big
123,
cannabis
yeah.
thing at the high school a few months
Oh
back.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I couldn't go
Yeah.
to that. Yeah,
That was very informational.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
But I think we'll probably just end up adopting whatever the state does, you know?
right.
Yes.
And then-
I think a good first draft would be taking everything that says tobacco and inserting the word marijuana where it says tobacco and reading that to see if it makes standard sense.
That's
Yeah, that's what many are suggesting.
And we could always have, I'm sure DJ Wilson is gonna be involved somehow in that.
and they'll probably come around.
Yeah, and he's really good.
Yeah, he's very informative
Yeah.
too. But it's no, I don't think
I don't
it's
know.
too soon for us to start.
No,
Putting our
because we're
feelers
zoned
out.
for it and we didn't.
We are zoned for it.
Yeah, so, but I believe the area where they zoned it, you'd have to build from the ground up. I don't think there's any buildings.
Nope. It's right
Yeah,
up.
Yeah.
I mean, I would defer to you on that one because I don't know the area as well, but I'm pretty sure that's right because it's by where the FedEx and all that other
Yeah.
commercial.
Yeah, isn't it
industrial
behind
stuff.
there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's right over there.
Sounds right.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, but
So,
I do think I think we have time.
And-
I think we have time. I don't think that there's any
This
pressure.
No.
This is something that I give a little bit of my day to every day. If it's whether it's researching what exactly the health department and the board's role would be in the regulation of facilities to include edibles. And a lot of people don't still, even though with the commission, don't have 100% crystal clear answers to those questions. So, I mean, that's kind of where we're at.
Have they
Yeah.
finished writing the regulations in Boston?
For the state?
Yeah,
as
for the
far as I know
state.
that
Yes.
it is.
They're finished.
It is.
Yeah, they finished that.
Because didn't they issue like 4 recreational licenses to 4 different
As I
towns
understand it, they haven't
recently?
been issued yet, but they
But
have
they
been
applied.
approved.
Or
Yeah.
they were,
Yeah.
oh, okay, they applied and were approved.
And not, of the 9 that are in Plymouth County, I'm not 100% sure about their approval. That would be swagging it, so.
It seems to me when in the meetings that they're kind of stuck on the labs. They want to have a lab that, because they have the medical marijuana has a lab that tells you how intense things are. And the lab is gonna have to tell you how much THC is there, and the labs need approval. And the recreational store can't sell until they have a lab to say, this is how much you're buying and that's what you're doing. So and there also seems to be a sticking point is they don't want the towns to get more than 3%. They talk about that a lot.
I think that's how it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wish that we
For
could
now.
get more than 3%, but, because that
I
seems
agree.
a little,
I agree.
yeah, that's, I mean, if the state gets 28, we
It
get
could
3.
change.
Yeah, exactly.
It could change. How much does the state get for alcohol
28.
sales?
Right,
How much do they get for tobacco?
How much
Yeah.
do they get for tobacco? So
Right.
why shouldn't that should change?
I think it should because
isn't
the
FDA
onus is
that
on the
firearms,
local.
tobacco and alcohol.
I'm sorry?
Alcohol, firearms, alcohol, and tobacco, aren't
ATS,
they?
Yes.
alcohol, tobacco. and-
Yeah. So why wouldn't you put marijuana in that group?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm way more scared of alcohol than I am of
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
But I mean,
And
it's
guns. I'm way
still
more afraid of
federal.
guns
I
than
know.
weed.
I am too.
Yeah.
But some people aren't.
No, that's weird.
Right. Well, I just wanted to put it on the agenda so that we could open up the conversation before.
I have a feeling
it's-
that's going to come faster than we think it's going to come.
Mhm.
Okay, well then.
Yes.
If I'm being 100% honest.
Well,
All
most
right.
tobacco shops are already selling edibles with CBD in it, which is one of the chemicals, and that's kind of medicinal anyway.
Yeah.
And they're selling those with tobacco and
Well, yeah, CBD's legal. though.
yeah.
As
Yeah,
long as it's
CBD is
less than
so it
different.
kind of
0.025%
I don't know, the
THC
regulations
content.
are
0.025.
they can be confusing. So, but it is definitely going to be quicker than we think.
Yeah. Right. I'm gonna have a chance to tour a edible establishment down in Plymouth for the
Is it that
National
lady?
Restaurant.
Is it that lady one or? I saw something advertised on one of the web pages about a shop down there.
No, this is a more of a factory. There's no walk-in.
So it's the
People
where
allowed.
they're doing all
It's a
that.
production.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to wear a lab coat and all kinds of things. But yeah, that's their thing. I'll let you guys know how that works out.
Cool.
So, any more on the cannabis licensing discussion? Does anybody want us to take small bites? We'll put it on next time, maybe go a little bit further into it. If there's anything available.
Well, if they're done writing their regulations for the state, can we get like hard copies of those regulations that we can have in front of us so that we can go over it and use like a yellow
Eventually,
marker and
I-
mark
yeah.
like where we think
I
we
can't
might
really.
want to adjust it?
I'm waiting to get my own.
Oh, you're waiting. So
Yeah.
when you get yours,
I will give you all a copy so you can digest it.
okay.
All right.
I mean,
so-
I've gone online and read it, but I didn't write anything down. I'm not going to remember all that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can't remember
It's
stuff
a
like
lot.
that either. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
they-
like to have.
Yeah, the MAHP gave us some copies and actually a link which I'll send to everyone privately, individually, just so it's not against any open meeting laws,
Yeah.
But it's just giving the recommendations for the boards of health to go
So the
based on-
MHHB, it would be the Massachusetts Associations of Health Boards.
Yes.
Yes, I just
Yeah.
thought that for everybody to know.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, is that?
Oh no
I
no
didn't
no
mean
no
for it
no!
to be.
It's all good. It's all good. No.
Yeah. So, all right. So, and if there's nothing else on the Cannabis Commission, did everybody get a chance to look at the minutes Does anybody want to make a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Alrighty. All of those in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
I wasn't there, so
You
will not be
won't.
voting on it.
Excellent. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 saying aye. Terry will not vote because she wasn't present, and I'm going to sign these right now so that Mary's job can proceed. And if that is that, does anybody want to make a motion?
Health agents report?
Oh,
Any
Anything
questions?
good, anything interesting going on?
Recycling. Yeah, look, the truck has been having some issues getting its route done every day. Leave your recycling cart out until it gets picked up. And the off chance that it's a day or two, please call me and I will arrange for pickup or find out the circumstances that were preventing that.
Yeah, we had a day delay last week.
Yeah, last week was rough. Actually, the last couple of weeks have been pretty rough.
Mm.
But last week particularly, they were 6 hours behind on one day, 4 hours behind on another day, and you know that kind of waterfalls after that and snowballs.
Trickle down.
So, yeah. So you know, if there's any issues, please call me. But that's become a full-time job. Just dealing with that. But like, yeah. And you know, standard summertime stuff. Please continue to be good neighbors and mow your grasses and clean up after yourselves and that kind of thing.
Sure. Yeah.
How's the new restaurant doing now that they're up and going for, what, a month now?
Are you talking about Giardino?
Giardino's, yes.
They successfully passed their
Good.
yeah,
Good.
pre-operation food inspection. They were really good.
excellent.
Good.
Very good.
I got.
I've heard good things.
I think that's really it. Trying to keep a drama-free office. You saw the temporary food permits. Our Green Wave Grill will be opening back up, so please support Abington Youth Football. That's it.
Excellent. So, if that is that, does anybody like to make a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Anybody want to say aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right, so I'm just gonna put these pieces of paper up in front of the camera for just a minute, so that folks can
What's going on with your town seal?
pause.
Huh?
Your town seal.
What's wrong with it? Other than its mirror image.
Yeah.
It's probably supposed to be on there. Might have moved it outside. I like to flip things up. I like to do
It's
things
good.
differently.
The font's good,
I
so,
was
you know.
really thinking about doing a Comic Sans.
Marty, you wanna ask a question?
Hang on, let me grab this stuff and I'll walk out with
Dude.
it. Linda,
Yes.
may I?
Not good.
It'd be worth it though.